Here we go again. Welcome back to Dobbo's Fishing Adventures. So back on the sole. As I say, it's few and far between the last few weeks, but touch wood, I haven't blanked, so that's the main thing. Literally just got here. Obviously you know what I'm going to go for. Be nice if there's a few more other bits and pieces around. Does seem to be a bit slow, even for up this part of Southampton water. Generally there's a lot of the usual shite fish about, but not really even getting that. Getting a few bits and pieces, but it is slow, admittedly. So yeah, I just like targeting them from July onwards. All right, a little bit earlier I've done it this year, but it's only because I've had enough of the smooth hounds. Yeah, the weed was a pain on the smuts this year. Ruined it a little bit, to be fair, but there was a lot of weed this year, even in comparison to last year, considering the amount of heat we had last year. And yet this year's been yeah, it's been warm, but it's been nothing like last year, but who knows. Yeah, so the usual tactics. So I've got a 2-hook flowing trace, Sakuma fluorocarbon, 560 stinger, size 4s, rig stop, sequin, the usual. If you do follow my channel and that, you'll see it's pretty much a standard thing that I do use. And on the other one, I've got the old 3-hook paternoster with the weighted booms. Now, I only used them last week. They seem to work okay, so I'm gonna persevere with them. I think next time though, when I make a new body up with the weighted booms on, I think I'm just going to nip the lead down a bit, just make them a tad lighter. They're 7 gram. I might just nip each side of the boom just to get it a little bit lighter. I mean, my rods, they can take it, but I would just prefer to make it a little bit lighter, because, you know, depending on how far I want to get it out casting wise, I do want to use maybe a 3, maybe 4 at a push. Very rarely a 4, but definitely a 3. And when you've got those 7 gram booms on there, it's just a little bit heavy. So next time I will trim the lead down and just make them a tad lighter. So, but that's the same with that fluorocarbon hook lengths, Sakuma stinger hooks, absolutely superb. If you watched last week's video, I had that £15 plus conger on them, and as I say, the snood was only £20 anyway, and it took 2 hooks, and eventually just, you know, fannying around at the surface, it just bit through the trace. That's fair enough, but the hooks were all good, you know, they stayed well, so happy days. So I can't fault them. I'm not sure if I'm going to be out next weekend. I'm actually got 4 days off, and the wife and I are camping down Dorset way. I'm going to take my lure rods to go onto the Chesil and see what happens. Typical, the bloody weather doesn't look great, but who cares? Even if you've got to stay in the tent for a few hours, I don't care. Certainly do need these 4 days, the pair of us, so happy days. So let's see what happens tonight. You know the target, fingers crossed. If I don't, it's just so nice to be out. Weather-wise, yeah, so we had a lot of rain this morning, to be fair. Doesn't look particularly great over there, and there's certainly a strong southerly wind blowing. Not quite as strong as last weekend, but yeah, a little bit nippy around the old ears. Mind you, it would help if I had hair, but there you go, that's another story. Right, both are out. Give it about another 15 minutes and get the first check going. See what happens. Tickety boo. Right, going to go for the first bait check, and it's absolutely peeing down. And to be fair, I haven't really come prepared with this rain. I didn't think they were giving quite as much as this, but hey ho, it is what it is. Pain in the arse. It's going to be. It is wind against tide, which is a nightmare. So let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, something there. I don't think it is what it is, but I might have my other line. Yes, I've got my other line. That's the problem. I'm sure I can feel. Yeah, it is. I've got my other line as well, but I think there's something there. Probably one of the usual suspects. Shake its head a little bit. There's the leader. I've probably got my other line, which I definitely have, I think. Oh, happy days. Come on, get in here. Pressure off. First cast. There we go. Keeper as well. Swallowed the hook right down. Oh, right, let's see if we can. Oh. That's the trouble here. Wind against tide is a bloody nightmare. And I'm getting soaked. First cast, happy days. Let's get that through that loop there. Tangle averted. Right, there we go. First one of the evening, first cast. That's quite a nice sole, probably 12-13 ounces. A little bit of thickness to it. You swallowed the hook. I'm going to get it out, take some pics, happy days. Well, that one's all sorted, pissing down with rain still. Let's see what this one's up to. I have to say, I don't think there's too much on here. A little bit away, but I don't think there's a fish there. No, nothing on there. Bit of weed. Well, it's not horrendous on the weed. I just wish this bloody rain would stop. Nothing worse. So there's the booms. So they're the weighted booms. That's how I do it. Seems to work. As I say, I want to take some of those, take a little bit of that lead off of that, just to make it just a tad lighter. There's the sole. The only good thing when it does rain like this, keeps your boat clean. It's easy to clean up. That's the only good thing about it. As I must admit, when I am fishing, I do like to clean the boat, especially when it's warm, once every hour. Give it a good hose off, because otherwise it can be a bastard to keep clean. So oh, little whelk or something on there. Not easy putting worms on. A size 4, admittedly. When you get used to it, you can thread it on there quick and easily. Every last bit of it, got the stop there. Happy days. Right, just going to get that back out and speak to you in a bit. At last. Looks like that rain may have just eased up a bit. God, that was grim earlier for about an hour or so. Anyway, I've done a couple of other bait checks. I didn't bother filming because it has been peeing with rain. If it felt like there was anything on there, I would have just grabbed the GoPro. I've just ended up with one little tiny little pout for my efforts. But obviously the sole, first chuck, that went 14 ounces, so I'm pleased with that. Not the biggest in the world, but it's a sole, that's what I'm after, so happy days. But yeah, that wind's gone right round from the south, gone right round to the west now. Supposed to be drying up within the next half hour or so, and to be fair, it has stopped, so fingers crossed be able to concentrate a bit better now that rain's eased. Happy days. I have to say, it's grim. That's all I can say, really. Just had a couple of touches then, but so all I've had is one sole and one pout. Just had a couple of rattles on this, probably a bass, but yeah, not good. I moved about 45 minutes ago. Just got to try something different, but yeah, very strange. Just not even getting all the bit fish. Oh, there, yeah, there's fish on here, but I don't think it's what we want. Something there, a bit of weed going through as well, but not quite so much on the surface. I would say it's sort of like in the water column as well, which is a pain. I haven't done a lot of filming because, yeah, well, at least there's a fish on here, because it's just dire. So I do apologise on that. I mean, it's not the best tide, you know, I'm fishing the run off, but even so, there should be some bits and pieces here. So what's this, a bass? It looks like it's staying a little bit deep, but I don't think it's what we want. It's a swimming fish. There's a bit of weed. There we go, a little bass. Shake some of that weed off while. That's better. So I've got a little schoolie. But yes, very grim. I know it's target achieved, but it would be nice to have something in between. Got the old sea lice on it. Yeah, not good, but it is what it is. Come on. Perhaps it might improve a bit later when you have swallowed it, but use your finger as a disgorger. There we go. So I'm going to get that lice off for you. He's well in there, that lice. Oh, he felt that. Go on, there you go. Go on, mate. Go on. Yeah, grim. Right, let's get it back out. No point whinging about it, Dobbo. Come on, you can sort this. And let's just hope when that tide maybe gets to low and bit of darkness, won't be able to get something else, but it is what it is. Right, let's get it back out. That tide's just starting to ease now, but there's still a little bit of weed there. I have to say, it's really slow, absolutely dire at the moment. Look at that, nothing. Although, to be fair, it is getting a little bit stripped, the bait, but it's just not showing any bites. But hey-ho, let's get it back down. Well, that was a quick bite on this one. I don't particularly want to leave it too long, just in case it's a silver eel or something, but That certainly started bouncing away. I thought, well, it's on here, is it? Yeah, it's something on it, but I just didn't fancy a silver eel ruining my rig, just on be on the safe side. So it's probably a bass, I expect, but that ties these right up now. The weed's not quite as bad. No, it's not staying deep. What we got? Bass, pout, what? We got a schoolie. We got a schoolie. It's like sometimes you know you just don't want to leave it because it's only going to mess all your other lines up and whatnot. So, oh, only just lip hooked. There we go. There we go. Go on then. Go on. Right, let's get it back out and see what we can do. Happy days. Well, that's a fish. That tide's just starting to swing now. I'm just gonna literally wait now until it does swing round, otherwise I'm only gonna go around in circles. Still a bit of weed down there. Oh, hello, I've got a fish on here. It was a very small pout. Or is it staying deep? Is it? And there we go. Number 2 sole. Although only a slip, it is a sole. Happy days. At last. Come here, you little bugger. Nicely hooked. Come on. Thank you very much. Go on then. There we go. Gone. Number 2. Oh, at last. Well, I shall bait up. Just wait now until that tide just turns me round. That's what I'm doing with the other rod, so no, that's good. Oh, that's a lot better. Well, I'm just going to go for another bait check. Pull that over here. Well, it's just coming in dark now. A bit of weed at the low water mark here. Just starting to swing round now, so that's good. A little bit of weight there, but to be fair, it's probably weed. Just take your time, you never know. Certainly feels like weed. Nothing there, I don't think. Yeah, look at that. Plenty of weed. That's the problem what I'm getting at the moment. I think there's a lot of weed on the bottom as well, so that ain't helping things, but right. Let's get her back out. Well, I'm just gonna have a check on the other one now. See what's happening. Oh no, no. Oh, and again, another little rattle. Go on then. Oh, he's just come off. That definitely just come off then. That definitely just came off. I felt a few little sharp little rattles, and that could have been what I was after again, but oh well. Didn't quite hook it. As always, the old worm is from Bill's Bait and Tackle. Absolutely cracking worms again. Fantastic. So here's me 2-hook flowing trace. Helicopter. Let's get that over there, that one. Quite deep. A little bit of a pullback, cool. Alright, bring it on. Well, I've made that my last cast. That weed has become a nuisance. It must be just in the water column and on the bottom as well. Well, it hasn't been a great night, to be fair. Yeah, target achieved, 2 sole, but yeah, very strange. There's just not the bit fish around. I mean, you're lucky to get a bite. It's very strange. I don't know if they've dredged up through here or something, so the bottom's changed. Or, don't know. Normally, you know, it's pretty non-stop, but no. Don't know. Can't put me finger on it. But this is the last cast now, so. There we go, weed on here again, I think, so. You'll see what I mean in a second. Oh, another little tiny pout there. But yeah, that's what I'm having to contend with every cast. There's not a great deal on the surface, so I can only assume, there we go, that it is lying on the bottom. That's right, let's do this one. Once again, a bit of weed on there, I can feel that. Yeah, you see, that is what I'm having to contend with. Right, I'm just going to clear up and get underway, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Well, that's it. Packed up, all nice and clean, hosed off, beautiful. Well, obviously you'll see there's not a lot of footage of tonight's trip because the majority was literally just blank cast, so there's no point in watching all nothing come in, so to speak. Yeah, so 2 sole, target achieved, 13 ounces, first cast. Another little slip, 2 bass and 2 little pout. That really was a very grim, slow trip. say, the only thing I can say is that it's target achieved. But I've certainly had better trips. Very strange what's going on there, don't know. Still, it is what it is. Got to be in it to win it. Won't catch fish sad at home. Well, hopefully you've liked what you've seen. Can't win them all. If you wouldn't mind pressing the like button, hit the subscribe and share away. And once again, as always, at the end of every trip I say thank you for all your support. Until next time, that's me done for another trip. Dobbo's Fishing Adventures.